Hi guys! So a lot of you are probably aware of the fact that I have something of a passion for A6 Hobonichi covers, and over the past month or so I've acquired a few new ones which I really wanted to share with you. So first up is the Knit Up paint cover from the Hobonichi store. If you saw the video I did a couple of months ago on the new 2017 Hobonichi cover lineup, you may be surprised to see that I ended up with this because I said that I wasn't that keen on the colors. But I was just really drawn to the design because I think it's such a cool concept. It's a piece of knitted fabric, knitted cotton, and the whole thing is just one piece. And I don't know, for some reason that just really grabbed me. So I think you can see here that this is a knit pattern. So it feels kind of like a knitted jumper or like a really thick t-shirt. And the whole thing, like I said, is just one single piece. And I just think that that's really cool. I don't know why. Another thing that I really like about it is these tassels, the bookmarks. I think that this is a really, really nice look. So this is what the outside looks like. And then this is what the inside looks like. And I really like the inside as well. I actually like this pattern a lot better than the pattern on the outside. Sadly, you don't see this when you put the Hobonichi in it. It's covered up, but you do get these two pockets. I'll just take these out. Comes with this. So this is Tricoté, which is the brand or the designer that made this, and the other one says Life No Book. And so you can see a little bit of the pattern here, and these pockets are both just like this. It looks like this would feel kind of really rough and unfinished, but actually it doesn't. And in fact it's got these little like kind of edges here, which I thought would be kind of like, you know, sort of raggedy, but they're not at all. And in fact, when you first get them, they don't even turn up very easily. I think they've been stuck down with something maybe. But I think that this adds a really nice look to it. It's all like kind of feels a bit sort of old-fashioned and handmade, and yet it's very good quality. There's nothing rough or unfinished about it. Everything is finished off really nicely. So I really like this pattern on the pockets, and then it says Tricoté and Hobonichi. And yeah, I like this little box here and how you can see the insides. And then this is where you put the notebook, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you have the pen loop. So the pen loop is interesting because, as I said, this is a single piece of fabric. So what they did for the pen loop is they just left it open here where this is all sewn, and on the bottom as well. So you could actually fit a whole pen in if it's a very slim pen, but I think it's primarily designed to be used with a pen clip. So it depends on what kind of pen you're using. This is a 0.5 friction, and the pen clip goes into that absolutely fine. And I've had some other gel pens as well that I was using with this, and no problems at all. But if you have a pen clip that's particularly tight, like my Pilot Decimo here, it can be kind of hard to get it in. And because this is fabric, I, you know, sort of have been a bit careful about it, and you know, haven't really wanted to like kind of push it in too much in case it damaged it. So that's just something to be aware of if you're using a pen that has a very tight clip. You might have to like kind of pull it apart before you can get it in. So that's the knit up. Let me just show you what it looks like with the Hobonichi in it. So I'm using my A6, which is my current Hobonichi. So obviously this is going to be a little bit slimmer than what it would look like with the full year version, but it gives you a good idea of what it looks like just the same. So this is what it looks like with the A6 in it. I just think that this is such a nice look, and it's really unusual because you don't normally see, you know, anything with the kind of the pen loop sticking out by the side here, and I just really like that. This is what it looks like with a pen in it. So yeah, I really like this. Now, as for the colors, I kind of thought that maybe when it arrived I would change my mind, but when it got here I felt exactly the same as I did when I saw it in the pictures, which is like, I love the design, I love the look of it, but I just can't make friends with the colors. So I'm going to do something that might potentially be completely insane. I'm going to dye it. So I've got some hand dye and like hand wash dye, and I've got it all ready. I'm going to dye it a kind of emerald green, which I thought would work well because, you know, the yellow with the green will just become more green. And if you can still see the different patterns after it's dyed, that's all the better. So I don't mind that. So I'll let you know how the experiment turns out. Hopefully it will go well, and I'll let you know if it does and show you what it looks like. And if it's a disaster, then I will also let you know as a cautionary tale for any other reckless planner addicts like myself who might be thinking of doing something crazy like dyeing their knit up cover. So that is the knit up. Now on to the next one. This is actually the only one of these 4 covers that I'm going to show you that comes from the Hobonichi shop itself. The rest of them all come from elsewhere on the internet, but they're all designed specifically for Hobonichis. So next up is my Kadenete Notebooks dark brown A6 Hobonichi cover. So a lot of you have probably heard me mention Kadenete Notebooks before. It's an Etsy shop, which I absolutely love. I'll link it down below. I'll link all of these down below. And she makes vegan leather fodoris and notebook covers, and they're really, really good, high quality, beautiful. She's great about things like customization if you want something that's not listed in the shop. And I have a lot of her covers and I'm really, really satisfied with them. So I was delighted when I saw that she had brought out a Hobonichi cover because, as you can see, this looks just like the leather covers that you see all over Etsy, and it's just a cruelty-free version. So that is awesome. So like I said, this is dark brown. It's kind of a little bit pebbly, very smooth. Her vegan leather is always very malleable and squishy, which I really like. And this one has got contrast stitching, but you can also ask her for stitching in the same color or, you know, another color. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So she also has A6 fodoris, but this one is specifically for the Hobonichi because it's just the cover. No strings. And then it has the double pen loop like the Hobonichi pen loops. 2 things about the pen loop that I wanted to mention. One is that her like kind of standard default pen loop size is quite a bit narrower than the Hobonichi pen loops. If you want it to be wider, you can just ask her and she'll make a wider pen loop. So that's what I did because I wanted it to fit my Kaweco Student, which is a pretty chunky pen, and she did. And as you can see, it fits perfectly. And you can also use it, you know, like this as a butterfly clip to hold the whole thing closed, which I never do, but that's a possibility. The other thing about the pen loops is that, as you can see, they're lower down than the usual Hobonichi pen loops are. So normally the Hobonichi pen loops are like here and here. So these ones are right in the middle. So that's just a minor difference, but I think it looks great like this. So when you open it, you have this like kind of inner lining, which is in a softer fabric. It feels like felt. It's obviously not wool felt because it's vegan, but it's some kind of felt-like feeling material. And then you have these 2 flaps where you put the notebook. So again, let me just show you what it looks like when you put it in. There you are. So that is what it looks like. This is what it looks like with the pen in. And I just think that this is a really, really nice classic look. It's just timeless and beautiful, and I love it. It fits perfectly. So my only problem is trying to decide which of these covers to use because I love them all so much. And I've actually been using my Monsters cover, which you've probably seen before, my Monsters Fodori, which I also really love. So it's very, very hard to choose. And my idea is to like kind of keep rotating, but I get so attached to each one that I don't want to move out of it. So third one up is this beautiful cover from another Etsy shop. It's called Snow Journal Cover, and she's based in China, and her whole shop is Hobonichi covers. So it's really awesome because she has a lot of different designs that are like flowers, or like this one, which is, you know, wave design, so like cherry blossoms. And then she also has some impressionist paintings. I think maybe there's some by Gauguin and, you know, like some kind of really famous impressionist paintings. So really nice and unusual. Again, something that you don't see really very often, and I think it's very striking. And she has some to fit the A6 like this, and then you can also get some to fit the cousin. So the front is, the cover layer is cotton, and it has this, like, it's quite, you know, sort of sturdy, and it's this one is I just love this wave design. I think it's really beautiful, and it has matching stitching, so it's blue stitching. Really, really beautiful. Like, again, very, very nice quality. This is what it looks like, the front and the back. And then the inside is faux leather. So I think that's also really interesting and something that you don't see very often. You have this kind of like fabric outside and then faux leather inside. And like, again, really, really nice quality, very similar design to the official Hobonichis, with like, you know, one pocket here, another pocket here, and then this smiley pocket. It's not exactly the same as the Hobonichi layout, but it's quite similar. Then you have another pocket here where you put the notebook in, but obviously you can use that to put stickers and stuff in as well. And then on the other side, you have this pocket where you put the notebook, and the faux leather goes all the way through on the inside. Then you have this like kind of flat secretarial pocket, and then another one here, this half pocket, which is very similar to the Hobonichi. And then you have the pen loops, which are also faux leather. And these are like typical Hobonichi size and placement. So if you see what I mean, compared to the Kadeneta notebooks, you can see that the pen loops are a bit further up on this one. So this is a very, very similar, almost identical pattern to the official Hobonichis, like, you know, the standard line, like the colors. And it's also got the two bookmarks. So these ones are round at the end, which I really like. Some of the sort of more special edition Hobonichi covers also have like round or octagonal ends on the bookmarks. And this seems to me like to be quite a good quality ribbon, because I have, you know, the purple Hobonichi style cover that I've been using on my cousin, which is fantastic quality in all respects except for the bookmark. The material that they use for the bookmark is like kind of a much weaker, like less high quality material, and it's sort of like getting all fluffy and disintegrating. This feels to me you know, like kind of more similar to the actual Hobonichi bookmarks. Although I haven't had this for that long, so I can't swear to it, but it just has a sort of really nice, like, sturdy feeling to it. And let me just show you what it looks like again with the notebook in. This A6 is very, very loyal and hard-wearing and untiring, because it's letting me put it into all of these different covers without complaining. So this is what it looks like inside the cover. Again, there's a bit more room in this because this is the A6. So if you had the full year version, it would, you know, kind of be a bit of a sort of, there would be less room, but I think this still looks good with the A6, and you get a good idea of what it looks like. And like, again, you know, the really chunky Hobonichi style pen loops that will fit any pen in without an issue. I never put these through both of them to close them like that, but that is always an option. So yeah, I would definitely check out this site. I think this is a really, really beautiful option if you like designs, because, you know, she's got quite a few nice designs. I should mention that the shipping on this for my cover took quite a long time, but it wasn't her fault. Like, she posted it quite quickly, and it just took a long time coming from China. And, you know, like I was just waiting for it because I knew sometimes it's like things can take a long time. And she actually sent me a message, like, kind of to apologize for the delay, and she was really nice about it. She was also very, very quick. I emailed her with a question about this, and she answered like straight away. So I think that was just a fluke. And then it, you know, it had a tracking number and everything. It was just, it was like in transit for a long time. So I just thought I should mention that. But I have seen like feedback on her website, on her Etsy shop, and, you know, like, people have said really fast shipping. So I think that was just kind of an unfortunate thing that happened to me. But it was all worth it when it came, because it's really beautiful and you know, very good quality, and I love it. So Snow Journal cover, Etsy shop. Then last but not least, we have one of my favorites, and this is just a very, like, kind of plain classic faux leather cover, which looks pretty much identical to the actual Hobonichis. This is the same make as my A5 purple Hobonichi cover, which you've seen a million times if you've seen my cousin videos. So this is the one that I mentioned that I said that the bookmarks aren't that good quality, and I think that either they have changed something since I got that, which was like nearly a year ago, or else for some reason the blue one is different, because the bookmark material on this is much, much sturdier. It's a much better quality than the other one, so than my purple one, which is unfortunate because purple is my favorite color, but I also really like this as well. So this is like a kind of deep blue, almost a navy, but you can see that it has a little bit of a lighter undertone to it. So it's kind of like a navy-ish, but just like a really nice deep blue. And impeccable stitching. Like this is not, I don't know where these are made, but like these feel like they're sort of mass produced as opposed to the Etsy shops where they're handmade. And I think that there's a place for both. I really like the handmade ones, but then this is also like, it feels like just like it came from the Hobonichi shop, except that it didn't. But it's like identical in every other respect. And obviously Hobonichi doesn't make faux leather covers, which is why I'm so excited that these are available. So I got this from AliExpress, and I'll link that down below. It comes in a few different colors as well. I found out about this from the YouTube channel Manic Milk, which I'll link down below as well. And it's just exactly like a Hobonichi. So like typical Hobonichi pen loops, everything is vegan leather. I just think that this is awesome. And if you kind of want more of an idea of what it's like, if you think my purple Hobonichi cousin cover, which you've seen loads of times, it's exactly like that. So you can see exactly the same layout on the inside as the Hobonichis, and then you've got two pockets here, this one and this one, like everything is identical. Then you have this one, and this one, and then the other pen loop, and then on the back you've got the pocket, just like the official Hobonichis. And there's some kind of stiffener on the inside, so it's not floppy. As you can see, it holds its shape really well, which I think is nice if you're using your Hobonichi for like a lot of sort of intensive planning. So with my cousin, I write quite a lot in it, and I think it's really nice having the sturdiness because it feels like you've got your own writing surface, like almost like a table. But this is just like the adorable A6 version, and it's like so cute. I love it. So these are the bookmarks, and as you can see, this is the sort of classic Hobonichi design for the bookmarks. And so this fabric is, this feels to me the same as the ones on the actual Hobonichis. So it's because that was my only complaint about the purple one that I had in the cousin size, and they seem to have sorted that out. So let me just show you again what it looks like with the notebook in it. My poor long-suffering Avec. I think it's really exciting putting one of these into a new cover, because it kind of almost feels like you've got a new planner, which is one of the main reasons why I decided to get all of these covers, obviously other than the fact that I am a stationery addict. But I thought that if I can change out the covers a lot, then it will always feel like I have a new planner, and then that will sort of like help me to, stay in the same planner for a year. So this is what it looks like in the cover. It's just so satisfying and like very solid. It's not too heavy, and obviously because it's A6, it's really small, but this is just such a sturdy cover. It is like a, really, really hard wearing. The cousin one that I have, like I said, I've had it for nearly a year, and there's just not a scratch on it. So it's really good quality. So there you are. These are my 4 newish Hobonichi covers, and I love them all. And I'm not going to do anything mad with any of them except for this one. So I'll let you know how that goes. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.